Do you have a solid plan for the US30 market this upcoming week, or are you just hoping that things work out after you press that buy or sell button? A lot of traders think that they have things figured out inside of the market until they lose a whole bunch of money and they try to figure out what is exactly wrong. The truth is, people miss some of those key things that keep them from being profitable inside of the market. So in this video, I'm going to break down my entry, my exit, my profit target zones, so that way you can have a solid game plan for US30 this upcoming week. And for US30, if you ever felt like you're really close to getting that profitable trade or profitable consistency on US30, this video may be the key in order to help you achieve that. So let's go ahead and look at some of the price action from last time. Long story short, price did kind of move around in this zone a bit before pushing up, and it pushed up quite a bit. So let's see what we could possibly glean from this data, because now we have new price action and we want to definitely use that in order to form a good base for our plan for this upcoming week. So starting on the weekly time frame, I want to mark off a few levels. So the first level I'm going to mark off is right at the very top, and this is going to be roughly at 44,495, mainly because it is the highest point that this market has reached. And price likes to retest old highs, so I definitely want to have that as a key level on my chart. So the next level I'm going to draw is going to be right here at 43,353 roughly, and then just one more level on this weekly time frame. It's going to be, let's see, this is a little tricky because we have these really big candles. Let's just place it for right now at 42,067. And then let's go down to the daily time frame in order to clean up this a little bit more. So now that we've drawn off rough levels on the weekly time frame, we can clearly see that this level is fine. This level we definitely need to adjust. So now I'm going to move this down, and it's sitting at 43,000, let's just say 250. And we're looking at this level right here. We definitely need to bring this down. Let's let this sit at 41,770. So this is actually looking really good to me on a daily time frame. Let's go down to H4. Okay, so now we can see that this top level is okay, but we can make it better just by moving our level up, so that way it's sitting right on top of the highest point inside of the market. And now we can see that this level right here can actually be refined a bit more. We could place it right here at 43, let's just say 110. That's kind of the average there. Or we can move it down, so that way we're touching the wicks of these two other candles, and this is at 42,950. So I actually like that a lot better. And then looking at this level down here, we can move this down as well. And I'm going to sit this at 41,000, let's say 750. So now we have these really big zones, and we can add additional zones in order for us to have tradable zones inside of the US30 market. So let's just go ahead and do that. So the first level that I'm going to mark off is going to be right here. And this is sitting at 43,725. So the reason why I put the level here was because we have some supports here and also some rejections. We do have a little bit of a support, even though there is a gap. And then we also have another support right here with some rejections. So for now, that looks good. We may refine on a lower time frame. And the other zone that I may want to draw is somewhere in here. So this is a lot of consolidation, and it's a little tricky. So let me just play around with some levels. Okay, I think I found it. So this is kind of the thing when you do this a whole bunch of times, you just kind of see stuff that just jumps out at you, and you can place a level in one try. So one of the things that stood out to me was over here, the support level. And right now we're sitting at 43,430. And then we also have the zone over here. And basically all of this is just consolidation. So all of this is consolidation. It's not nice price action at all. But this also has some resistances and some rejections that we could line up with our level. So I'm definitely going to refine that on a lower level, but for right now, it is looking great actually. And then we have this super big move right here that happened a few weeks ago. This was a really good move. I made a whole bunch of money that day. So I want to find another level that I could potentially place to fill up this big space, because this zone right here, let's just measure it super quick. Wow. Okay, this is 1,200 points inside of the market, definitely a really big zone. So what we can do, we can use this price action right here to see where some levels could potentially make sense. So just scooting over a little bit, I'm actually liking a level right here. So let me clone this. And what we can do, yeah, I actually really like that. Okay, so what we can do is we can drag this out now that we got it placed. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so move this up just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to place it around 42,335. And the reason why I selected this area was for a couple reasons. Right here, we have this double bottom. So we have a bottom right here. We have a bottom right here. And then also we have this really big wick right here. The other reason is because of this support right here, and then also these rejections right here, and then also this is kind of a resistance area right here. So the fact that all of these things, basically like all of these things lined up was like, okay, this is my level. And then also right here, we have this double bottom. So we already placed that on another time frame. We actually adjusted it a little bit on this time frame, but it's looking really good. So I was like, okay, this is going to be a really good level. And then we could even take it further and just kind of do the same thing right here. But I don't really want to place it there. It's a little close. So I would probably choose this level right here at 42,708. Let's just go ahead and clone this level super quick. All right, clone it. All right, so, okay, this is looking good because basically it's not 100%, it's not 50% of the zone, but I chose this level for similar reasons. So we have these supports right here. We also have supports here, and we have a little touch right there. So basically, this is going to be a good gauge for where this line should be in order to tap into any potential price action. Let's just say if price was to come down here, it could probably do the same thing and then maybe go up, or it could continue to go down. And then based on what happened over here, even though this is a lot of consolidation over here, there's still a lot of price action. So that's just kind of how I see the market. Okay, cool. Everything is looking good. All right. So the other thing that I want to do is leave this alone and then go down to the H2 time frame and make these levels a little bit nicer. So at the very top, looks good. Right here, looking amazing. And for the same reasons, we got supports, rejections, awesome. So this level is a little bit interesting because it's basically just a huge consolidation zone. So I do want to move this up just a little bit. So we have a support here, all these rejections, looks good. All right, over here, looks good. Over here, these are the new levels that we drew, still looking good. This is a little interesting, but for the most part, I still like it for all the reasons that I talked about before. And then this level right here, we can keep it right there, or we can move it down just a little bit more. So that way we can tap into the support right here at, what is that, 41,600 and let's just say 80. That's kind of the middle, or we can put it back. I actually prefer to put it back. So let's go down to the H1 time frame. So scooting this in a bit so that way we can see all the price action. Everything is looking good so far. Actually, this is that level. It's a little bit tricky. We can actually move this up a little bit, or we can keep it right there. I want to keep it right there because we have a support that is representing the most recent price action. So that looks good. Okay, so right here, what we can do is we could actually move this level down so that way it's sitting on top or at least below these candles, because this is a nice support. And if we look to the left, we got this rejection tapping into there. Looks okay. All right. So now if we look at the new levels that we drew, still looking good. This to me is still looking good, and this is still looking good. So I'm really happy with the levels here on the H1 time frame. And this zone right here is a little big. So if you wanted to, this is 548 points. Depending on your trading plan and your trading style, that may be a little bit big. So you can just kind of do the same thing. Find the levels and draw them out. So this could be a level right here at 43,200 and let's say 75. Or this could be a level right here at 43,000, let's just say 100. And that, could be two additional levels. I'm not going to draw them because I don't want them on my chart, but you can add them to your chart. So anyway, so now that we have the levels kind of refined on this market, let's go ahead and talk about our game plan for the upcoming week. So one of the things that I see very clearly is a support level right here. Let me draw that out. And this support is at 44,145. And then if we look at our cursor to the left, we can see that it perfectly taps into these rejection or resistance levels perfectly. Another level that I would want to draw is actually right here around 43,955, mainly because we have these rejections here and resistance level that has formed. And that is a nice little range. Let me go ahead and measure this super quick. Okay, almost 200 points. Great. I'm generally looking for about 100 or so. Sometimes I look for maybe 200, and that's actually really good. So cool. So one of the things that I would want to see actually is I would want to see price potentially come back to this level, retest it, and then continue up, mainly because at this point we're at the almost at the previous high inside of this market, the highest high of this market. And like I said, price likes to go back and retest previous highs generally, and we are so close to it. So that is an idea for a trade inside of this market. We can also have a deeper retracement and then come up, or we can have an even deeper retracement here and then push up as well. So that's definitely an idea. So for right now, especially since we are so close to the top of this market, I wouldn't be looking for any sells. Now, if you just wanted to take a sell, then, maybe below this level right here, this 43,733, that could be a good opportunity. And I think maybe a stronger case for a sell would definitely be below 42,890. That could be really good. Oh, these are these extra levels that I was trying to clone and couldn't find them. So anyway, I just deleted them. So now we have cleaner charts. But basically below here, this could be a much stronger opportunity to sell, maybe even right here. So that would basically be my trading ideas for this upcoming week on US30. And if you decide to trade it, definitely good luck. And before we leave, we have all this open space up here. So one of the things that I would totally do if I'm looking to maybe trade up here, even though there is no data, what I would want to do is actually use the Fibonacci retracement tool. And I would actually have to go quite far in order to draw this because we have a really big area right here, really big impulse, and I want to be able to draw or have levels that make sense. So if I start down here and then go to the top of this market, then I can see that 45,269 is an area where price could potentially go to using a fib level. And then also looking at this 46,220 or 46,257 is another level that price could potentially reach inside of this market using this really big fib. Now, if you draw fibs in a different way or want to find some other levels, then feel free to do that. But this is how I would look at this particular market. So now, this is definitely the game plan for this upcoming week. And I hope that you were able to pull out some nuggets from this video in order to help you become a better trader on US30. And I will see you later.